What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know I'm posting this video a little bit late, but this is my review and breakdown of episode 4 of the Acolyte. As of right now, episode 5 has been released. I have not seen it yet, but I wanted to get this out, and then we're gonna get episode 5 out here very shortly. Let's dive into it. Here we go. We talked about how bad episode 3 was. Episode 4, in my honest opinion, was terrible. Utter waste of time. Nothing was really accomplished. Yeah, we'll get through that with this episode. It was cool. I mean, as if you've seen the episode, you know, it's cool that we finally got a shot of our Wookiee Jedi here for the first time. It was actually super cool. You know, I was sitting here thinking that, oh yes, we're gonna get, you know, some Wookiee. I thought this was probably the best part about it, you know, because I saw myself in the Wookiee. Dude's got a man bun. I was super excited about this. However, if you've seen the episode, this is very not very long-lived. Very interesting to this. They were showing some subtleties showing that he was like studying the witches. Where is it? Right there. Because it's the symbol that's on May's head. So it's very interesting. I wish we could have got more of that, but if you've watched the episode, you know we don't. Then we cut back to Coruscant, which was really weird that we had this shot of the Wookiee Jedi. I don't know his name, but we got the Wookiee Jedi walk into his hut. He's like making dinner, presumably, and then it cuts to the shot of like these symbols that, you know, May was wearing, but then that's it. And this will be, I'm pretty sure this is the last time we see the Wookiee Jedi until the end of the episode. I feel like this is just a waste of time. We don't learn anything here. We just know, oh, Wookiee Jedi's alive. Well, I figured we knew that. I think that was kind of a given. You gave us a mystery that you then don't do anything with, which I just find very interesting. Or just not interesting. Then I love how we cut to, from here we cut to Coruscant. And of course they have to tell us it's Coruscant. I think everyone kind of knows it's Coruscant, but we'll let it slide. It's kind of cool though that we get some Jedi training. I think it's weird that they're using sticks. I find it weird because I think even in, what was it, episodes 1, 2, and 3, even when they showed the kids, they actually had actual lightsabers. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. I thought that was weird that they're using sticks. I don't know. I also noticed that this entire group is girls, which I guess makes sense because I guess you would split them up, boys and girls. I don't know. Something I didn't care for. Oh, we got a guy up here. Okay, never mind. We got guys. Okay. That one shot looked like it was all girls in the same shot. We got to this really awkward scene between Osha and Padawan, and there's obviously like a relationship forming, but and again, staying like not going the political one because I don't really care. I like who you like. But I just feel like voice crack. I just feel like from what we've seen, have they even had enough time together to have a relationship form? And I just found that weird. That was in my notes. I'm like, this all happened off screen, and then Osha instantly wants to leave after like everything that's happened. We're so close. She sees her sister. We have all this stuff going on. She's like, I just want to leave and go back. It's like, what? I don't know. It's just weird because she wants to leave. The dialogue here again is just kind of nah. And it's like, oh, you care about me. Yes, we don't get much there. She just wants to leave, and they're like, no, you can't. Then we cut to this planet where the Wookiee is, and we finally got May. May's finally on a different planet. She should have been off planet in the last episode, but for whatever reason, she was like hanging out and sticking around. Yeah, I wrote that down too. I was like, May's finally on a different planet. Let's go. Look at her. Finally on a different planet. She's also not wearing her mask, which I think that's weird. Everywhere else she's gone, she's had her mask on, which didn't really make a difference. Now she's on this planet, doesn't have her mask. It might be because you could imply that she's not wearing it because there's no one else on this planet realistically, because it looks like it's just a jungle, which could check out. And they kind of have some pointless dialogue. Not the biggest fan. I haven't been the biggest fan of any of the dialogue in this show yet. I'm trying to find this part. There it is. These trees though look sick. This gives like major spook vibes, and I absolutely love this, right? Because they dabble in a little bit of a spookiness, which I thought was cool. I mean, this is all like the pre-episode thing, but yeah, so I like that. And then we cut to this scene that has everyone confused because of this man. He's not supposed to be here, nor, and this just messes up canon, but I'm just kind of like, So everyone's already hit on this. I'm not gonna touch on it, obviously. That ruins canon. Especially because he's the one that makes the comment that the Sith have been, was it extinct for a millennium? Or they haven't been around for a millennium? Or he makes that comment, but yeah, here this is 100 years before the events of episode 1, and he knows there's a Sith, right? I'll hold this out that maybe this person doesn't come out to actually be a Sith, and that's why it stands. Highly doubt it though, but we will see. Then this lady has an attitude problem. Our green friend here, she has an attitude problem because I have it written down here where she calls May weak. Or Mai. Is it Mai or May? May or Mai? I can't remember. She calls her weak, but it's like, dude, how can you call her weak? She's killed two master Jedi. She's on her way to kill a third. She practically bested this guy you're talking to right now, but you're calling her weak. What does that say about the Jedi? That they're weaker? So I thought that was a very interesting comment she made. And then she's like, why didn't you know that she survived? And he goes, no one could have survived that. I'm like, oh, we've heard that before, haven't we? No one could have survived that. Well, May somehow is heck dead. And that's why we're here. Yeah, I put down the convo between the dude and Maya is weird. This part, I think this conversation is weird. I don't like him. I don't really get his purpose in all of this yet. Hopefully that gets devolved. Or not devolved, that gets shown to us later on, because I don't know. I don't know why are you here? I get like you're helping her achieve her mission that was given to you by the mean guy, but I don't know. Yeah. Because at one point he was like, "Why'd you use poison?" But there was something about the poison, and it just didn't make sense. I didn't write it down, so I wish I had of. But it was something about the poison. And it was like, but it was yours? What? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, come with me on the mission. Yeah. Where is it? This is another really bad dialogue scene. It's when not May. Osha's trying to leave, and he stops, and he's like, I want you to come with me on this mission. First of all, that's a terrible idea, because it's her sister you're fighting. That's a terrible idea to bring her on to go fight her sister. I think it's a terrible idea. But then, like, her first thing, you want me to rejoin the Jedi? I'm confused on that, because it's like, it doesn't sound like he wants you to. He's just asking you to come on the mission. But then she's like, you want me to rejoin the Jedi? Oh my God. I don't know. I just, because I didn't get that feeling when he asked her that. It's more of like, I want you to come because you're like, you can help. And then she pulls the whole, you want me to be a Jedi? Da-da. And then I said, no one is letting the scenes breathe. This part I think was supposed to be funny with this little guy, because she makes the comment, is it a he or they? Is he or they with us? And I was like, okay. We know what we're doing there, but at the same time, it's like, all right, whatever. I think it's bad again going through the jungle. Yeah, so they land and they got to go searching they're trying to find their Wookiee. Conveniently, they've got a like Wookiee tracker, so that's super cool. Which also, but I'm not going to dig too deep into that, because it's like this is like the galaxy. I feel like there would be like, I guess, like scent hounds essentially that could scent out or like track out different smells. And obviously, if you have the smell of a Wookiee, it could seek it out. So they go walking. I'm cutting through a bunch of stuff. I thought this scene was really weird with these beetles. It was cool because, again, they played into like the dark, like a darker vibe where it was like kind of spooky and mysterious and all that. I just feel like they didn't like go through with it entirely. Because I wrote down here, it's like I enjoy the spook factor they were going with. It's just inconsistent. Where it's like I feel like with this, if you're gonna go to with a spooky vibe, the whole thing has to be spooky. And if you're going into these jungles, then you can set this up so that this whole episode is spooky, right? Because you have these really big tall trees, you have this overgrown brush, you've got a canopy that doesn't allow a lot of light in. It's very eerie, and it's like it's a seclusion, which is obviously what our Jedi Wookiee wants. I just feel like it was very inconsistent because it would go from like the spooky dark vibe to like they were making like the dialogue didn't match the vibe they were putting off in the scene before and then after. And then I made a good point. It's like Mai says last time she's talking with the guy that they have 3 hours of sunlight left, and that was before the Jedi ever left Coruscant, and so the timing's way off. So I get they have time travel, but it still takes time. They don't specify how far away this planet is, but it's like they have 3 hours to find the Wookiee, and that's how much daylight they have. None of that adds up throughout this entire this episode, because it feels like a lot of time has passed, but it's like, nope, it's not more than 3 hours. Yeah, dialogue feels rushed. They don't let the scenes breathe. And then when Mai makes the switch, again, there's more talking, there's more dialogue exchange between them two, just about the relationship stuff. This switch up by May was kind of sudden and kind of out of nowhere, because the first two episodes, because you can't really say anything about the third episode because it was a flashback. First two episodes, she was so gung-ho on her mission. And then she's like, well, I didn't know Osha was alive. It's like, but you would have known that you were the only one that fell in the pit. Because if you survived the fall in the pit, she would have survived the fall. Or she wouldn't have, and she would have been there with you. And so her saying that her sister being alive changes everything, because I'm like, I feel like you knew your sister was alive the entire time. The entire time. Because again, if you fell into a pit and survived the pit, if Osha had fell, she would have been there with you. Like in The Hobbit, when Bilbo falls down the hole and the goblin falls with him, Bilbo survives, the goblin doesn't. Well, the goblin like kind of survives, but then Gollum comes up and beats his head in. But it's like, you obviously see, I survived, you didn't. Both of us are here. And with this, they're acting like she didn't. She's like, oh, my sister's dead. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Oh, this is the good part. So we find, she does the switch up here. We still got so much daylight, and it feels like so much time has passed. Like, here's a good shot, like the sun setting. Ta-da. We find our Wookiee Jedi, and he's already dead. So what was the point of the opening scene? Because you could have done that here. Dead Wookiee with all the stuff here. But instead, you give us a scene showing the Wookiee alive, cooking, show the scenes. You're like, oh, we're setting up a mystery. And then you get here, and he's dead. So now the beginning opening scene is pointless and was just a waste of space because he's dead now. There's no mystery to build up on him because he's dead. He's sliced open, and that's what I'm saying. Like this whole episode is just pointless because not really anything's happening, and you have like this switch up by May that doesn't make sense because it's random and out of nowhere. Because she's like, "Well, my sister being alive changes everything." You would have known she's alive. The Jedi bringing Osha along doesn't make like that. Just feels rushed. And all they're doing is trying to find this Wookiee. And so they spend 40 minutes, or how long is this episode? 30 minutes just trekking through the woods with useless dialogue until we finally get to our climax where they find the Wookiee dead. And then, big baddie time. It's like, so this is the whole point of the whole episode, is that we have big baddie show up. And as soon as he shows up, all the Jedi ignite their lightsabers and go gung-ho. But then, and it ends with him just doing this. Oh, wait, we missed it.
Watch out! Run!
That's it. That's the episode. Again, I feel like this episodes 3 and 4 could have been one episode so that you had the flashback and then you went into this, where you could have even had, I think this would have been cool. You could have had May or Osha. They show up on this planet because they're looking for the Wookiee, and in a conversation, they bring up what happened. Like someone asked, so what happened that night? What went down, right? And then they give their story about what all went down the night. You know, everyone died, and, you know, Osha made it out with the Jedi, and she thought May was dead, but May wasn't dead. And then from there, you cut back into them trekking through the forest to find the Wookiee's dead, and then he shows up. That's a much better episode than taking that and splitting them into 2 episodes, because I feel like we've wasted, there's only 7 episodes, I think, in this season. You've wasted episode 3 with this 42-minute long flashback that realistically was only like a 5-minute story, and then you've wasted another 30-something minute episode of them just trekking through the woods, because I feel like not much has been done story-wise. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like I posted on Twitter earlier, I'll be the first one to admit I'm wrong, but that's just how I take this. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know down in the comment section below if you agree or not. Let's see how episode 5 is. I'll see you in the next review. Peace.